And now I'm going to begin my character. A lot of things have changed for this new season. For one thing, I have added new bridge officers, and I've also changed the names of my bridge officers so that way they're more recognizable and, for at least my sake, pronounceable. Believe me, it's hard to pronounce a Jem'Hadar's name. Thank you for that warning, crewman. But I'm starting out my day on my home world of Endoria. This is a beautiful place. May not be much to look at for many people, but it's home nonetheless. Alright, so let's begin. I'm going to try out something new this time. Admiral's Log, Stardate 97017.79. It's been several months since the battle with the Herc occurred. A lot of lives were lost, but a lot of new discoveries were made. Because of this, the Dominion has joined our alliance, and the Jem'Hadar are no longer addicted to the Ketracel White that the Founders produced to them. So that begs the question, what's next for me and my crew of the USS Yellow Springs? Well, let's go ahead and find out. We are under Age of Discovery now, so let's begin our first episode of Season 11, entitled Secrets.
The arrival of House Mokai forces from the past is a cause for concern. Ja'ula is a controversial figure, and we need to handle the situation with caution. The wrong move could spark an interstellar incident, and after recent events, that's the last thing anyone in the Alliance needs. I've arranged a simulation for you. I want you to experience Ja'ula in action. Get an idea on how she thinks and fights. You might be facing the real thing soon enough, and I want you to be ready if that happens.
Interesting. So we're supposed to go to Delta Phalonis Science Station, which, if I'm correct, takes place in the 23rd century. So this is obviously a holodeck simulation, but the Admiralty wants me to get an idea of how to fight this Ja'ula. So in that case, Helm, take us out of here. Warp 2. So much for the shore leave. But the day in the life of a Starfleet Admiral is one of mystery and happiness in some way. Alright, here's the location of our coordinates. Delta Phalonis cluster. Setting a course now. And just so you know, as I stated before, that this is a new era for my bridge officers, so let me go ahead and introduce you to them. First of all, here we have Mr. Brody Dryden. He is a liberated Borg male, science specialist. Mr. Ian Ferguson. Thank you, Ian. I don't need to worry about that. He is a hierarchy male from the Delta Quadrant, also a science specialist. Mr. James Butler, Jem'Hadar male, tactical specialist. Believe me, wouldn't go anywhere without him. Mr. Narek Patterson, Vulcan male, Starfleet tactical bridge officer. And I apologize for if I butcher the last name, but this is Shannon Rice Baldreas. She is a Kabali female, also from the Delta Quadrant, engineering specialist. And everyone's going to be shocked when I have this. Aisha Walker, Klingon female, Starfleet officer, tactical bridge officer. Yes, that's right. Klingons can serve in Starfleet too. I also initiated an exchange program with the Klingon Defense Force. So, say hello to Mr. Drew Stratton. He is a Goran male, engineering specialist. But don't let that face fool you. He will fight you, and he will also bite you at the same time. Mr. John Reimers, A Tellarite male. No, it's not. He's not small because of his size. That's how Tellarites are. Mr. Jonathan Haller is another Jem'Hadar that I picked up, that the founders loaned me. This one a Vanguard male. Top of the line Jem'Hadar. He's a science specialist. Kelsey Nicole Amlin, Bolian female. Engineering specialist. Miss Lauren Miles, a Saurian female. Tactical specialist, but she's also in intelligence. Rose Pazel, science specialist, Ferengi female. Miss Summer McKee, a Caitian female. Yes, that means she is a cat. Now this one's interesting. Mr. Joseph Johnson. Yes, it says he is a human, but he is technically a hologram. So he is a photonic male. But, ladies and gentlemen, that is my bridge officer crew, so if there's a chance that you see one of my bridge officers, or if you're one of my bridge officers and you happen to see yourself on this, just know that I won't be using you all the time. I like to keep things mixed matched. So let's begin our new episode in our new season with a holodeck simulation from the 23rd century. Thank you, Mr. Ferguson, for that update. Helm, take us in. Could be Klingons under cloak nearby.
Scanning the radiation will cause the wave scanner minigame to appear. To play the minigame, use the left stick to line up the red waves with the blue waves in the background.
Okay, if you ask. Don't really need to do this, but heading towards the station now. She appears to be damaged. Obviously a Klingon attack.
Glad you were in the area. Some Klingons just appeared out of nowhere. They can do that now, right? Unbelievable. Anyway, the whole thing was terrifying and strange. I mean, they shot at us, did some structural damage, knocked some sensor pods out of alignment, and completely ruined my latest experiment. But that's it. They had us, and they just left.
How can we help here, Doctor?
Our tractor beam is offline. Actually, it's a fried little puddle of sadness, but offline sounded better. If you can, could you use your ship's tractor beam to move our sensor pods back into position? I'm sending the coordinates over now. That'd really help us get back to our research here. I mean, these gaseous anomalies won't analyze themselves, am I right?
Right. We're on it, Doctor. Stand by. Miss Pedreas, initiate tractor beams.
Okay, sensor pod alpha is back online. Nice. Sensor pod beta is online again. Klingons are happening. A lot of Klingons. They're coming this way fast. Shields up. Weapons hot. They're gonna attack again.
Miss Amlin, go to red alert. All hands battle stations.
Starfleet Command. This is Delta Balana Station. We're under attack. They're House Mokai ships. We're in big trouble.
Target shields have failed.
They may be House Mokai ships, but they're no match for the Yellow Springs. And they only sent 2 of them so far. Wow, they sent in reinforcements. More of them. Perfect. Miss Amlin, initiate torpedo spread. A new update from this that I just acquired is that now that every single time I initiate a torpedo spread, my anti-proton beams also do a fire at will as well. So I target multiple targets at once. I also have the ability every few times to reflect some of their incoming fire. So if you see something that looks like it looks reflected off my hull, just know that's what happened. I also brought back something else that's popular on my ship. Tractor beam repulsors. Not only are they good for pushing ships away, they can also do some physical and kinetic damage to the ship's structure. Shields are holding. Alright, here's the thing. Come to a full stop, helm. Let's see. That's close enough. Initiate a violent dampening wave. Ooh, got one of them. Superficial damage to the hull. Nothing we can't repair. Initiate emergency power to shields. Gotta get those forward shields up and running. Let's use a beam overload. That was it. Put it on screen, Mr. Ferguson.
This is Kensington. Sounds like the Klingons are making a push in that sector. We're sending some backup your way. Command's still analyzing these attacks, trying to figure out what the enemy is up to there. In the meantime, I need you to hold that system and protect the station. Stay sharp out there, and good hunting.
Thank you, Admiral. More Klingon ships. Torpedo spread. Oh, I do. Now, who's this? USS Glenn, Crossfield class starship, experimental, from what I heard.
This is the Glenn. Heard you could use some help.
Good to see you, Glenn.
The target has arrived. All ships, fire to disable!
More ships have arrived.
Shields buckling. Losing main power. We can use an assist here.
We're on our way, Glenn. Initiate fire at will. Launch torpedoes. The thing about these Klingons is that they have the ability to cloak, and I lose my target lock. These bird of preys are no joke, though. They might be small, you may not be able to take much of a beating, but get enough of them shooting at you, and then you got a problem on your hands. I don't know what the Glenn is doing, but whatever she's doing is pretty impressive, considering she's an experimental starship. Mr. Ferguson, hail the USS Glenn.
There'll be time for formalities later. Right now, we've got a problem. Several, actually. The Klingons beamed multiple boarding parties over during the fight. We're a research vessel. Our security forces are getting overwhelmed. If you could send some people over to help, we'd be much obliged.
We're on our way, Captain. Dorn out. So, who should I bring on for this away team? This is my standard away team, so let's change it up a little bit, but make sure not to change it up too much. Let's... I know. Let's bring along Mr. Drew Stratton. Miss Aisha Walker. Science specialist. And I think that's good. Alright, away team, let's beam aboard. For future episodes, I will probably switch up my away teams just to get everyone else a chance to be a part of an episode. Thank you, Mr. Drew Stratton, for making everything so colorful. I gave him one of my party makers. Are you done, Mr. Stratton? Can we get back to business?
Thanks for coming. The captain still has control of the ship. She's waiting for you on the bridge. Unfortunately, the Klingons have several boarding parties between you and the bridge, and they're not taking prisoners.
Understood. Stay safe. Yep, they're up ahead. Let's see if they like a little cold treatment. Mr. Butler, good job. If he does that one more time, Mr. Stratton, I'm going to take the thing away from you. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and take it away from you. Don't know why I gave it to you in the first place. Didn't think you'd be using it as much. There we go. Now we shouldn't have to worry about any of that. Shoot them, Aisha. gotta take a turbo lift to the bridge. Main bridge. Now let's see if they like a little cold treatment. Compliments of Endoria. We like it cold. Anyone else? No? Alright.
You made it. Good. We have a lot of work to do here. The Klingons have done extensive damage, especially to our power systems. Mr. Strahl is doing what he can to get main power back online. Care to give him a hand?
Of course, Captain. Willing to help. Speak to me, Mr. Strahl.
Like the captain said, main power's offline. We're sitting ducks without it, and the Klingons know it. Let's get to work before House Mokai turns us all into trophies. Or lunch.
What do you need us to do?
I'll do the heavy lifting. What I need you to do is to bring engineering control to a bridge console, divert the power flow, and enter the new power-up sequence I'm putting together. You got it?
Yeah, I got it. Let's get to work. Research vessel, huh? After what I just saw, this is more than just a research vessel, but we got more important things to worry
Engineering
about.
control is transferred. Go to the next console to divert the power flow.
Diverting power flow now.
Power flow is diverted. Input the new power-up sequence next.
Inputting new power-up sequence now.
Nice work. Main power is back online.
Alright, Strahl, what do we do next?
Nice work. We're not out of the woods yet, though. Our next stop's the engineering lab. I need to get our shields back online and secure some classified data down there. Believe me, we don't want the Klingons getting their hands on it.
Right. Let's get to the engineering lab. I knew there'd be some classified data. Take us to engineering. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. Miss McKee, you're over here. Miss Walker, you're right across from her. Mr. Stratton, I want you up ahead. Mr. Butler, follow me. Alright, all away team members reestablish contact with me. One shot, one kill. Main engineering lab. What in the world is that? Alright, the room is clear. See what Mr. Strahl can do now.
Not sure how she pulled it off, but that Klingon put a security field up between us.
Jula is full of surprises.
Ja'ula? The Ja'ula? This day just keeps getting worse. Look, I need to drop that security field. She's trying to steal that data I told you about on the bridge. We can't let that happen. Watch my back in case any more Klingons pay us a visit.
Work fast, Strahl. Okay, Mr. Stratton, I want you over here. Mr. Butler, over here.
This tech will win the war! This will bring supremacy to my house. And the Empire.
Not if I have anything to say about it.
Wait, what? She blocked access. I can't bring down the security field.
Miss McKee, you're over here. Walker, you're over here. Okay, I'm gonna need you, Walker and McKee, I need you down here. About right here. Mr. Stratton, stay where you're at.
Damn, she's good. Locked me completely out of the security system. I can't get the field down. Fine, she's not the only clever one in the room. Watch my back. I've got an idea. Just need a little more time.
You'll have it.
Wait, she's dropping the field? Look out! Here she comes! Shields online. They can't beam out now.
Hello, Jula.
Flanking damage detected.
Summer's taking a beating.
Enemy combat in close proximity.
This is not good. Okay, Mr. Strahl. What the hell was that?
Looks like the Klingons aren't fond of our house guests. Shame, really. It's nice once you get to know it.
What's our status here?
Ah, well, I have good news and bad news.
Well, for sake of argument, just go ahead and start with the good news, please.
The good news is I managed to corrupt a number of critical data files before she stole them. There's only 2 people in the galaxy who can figure out that mess now. And neither of them are Klingons.
Alright. Now, what's the bad news?
The bad news, well, there's plenty of uncorrupted data in there that the Klingons shouldn't have. It was classified for very important reasons. We need to stop her. Of course, if half of what they say about Jula is true.
Unfortunately, it is.
Great. Takuvma's sister, one of the deadliest members of House Mokai. Here. Wonderful. Okay. They must be headed to the shuttle bay. I brought the shields back online so they can't beam out. If they're gonna leave, they're gonna have to get creative. Let's head down there before Jula gets any more bright ideas.
Before we do, what exactly was that thing that got loose?
That, you should probably make peace with the words, "it's classified," when it comes to what you just saw. Seriously, don't worry about it. Believe me, we have bigger problems here, starting with Jula. We need to stop her.
My patience is running thin, Strahl. Alright, let's get moving, team. I don't like being left in the dark. More Klingons up ahead. Okay, let's see who I should send up ahead first. Mr. Butler, right about here. Mr. Stratton, right here. You two follow me.
Enemy targets on sensor.
Can't get in there.
Enemy targets on sensor.
More up ahead. All away team members up here. You know they're gonna pop right through.
Enemy targets on sensor.
Come on.
Enemy combatants in close proximity.
Okay, that does it for those Klingons. Let's move up ahead.
Do you hear that?
What was that?
Engineering. Emergency transporting the specimen to containment.
Stroll? Seriously. I'm getting
You okay?
impatient.
Come on, let's go. We're almost there. We really need to stop Ja'ula.
And after that, we're going to have a long conversation about that creature, Doctor.
Oh, that'll be exciting. Let me add that to my calendar. Right after we stop the insane Klingon with our top secret data. Less monster, more Klingon, okay? Now let's go.
Alright, we're almost to the hangar bay.
We're almost to the shuttle bay. Keep moving.
She's getting away. That's perfect.
Flanking damage detected. Enemy combatants in close proximity.
Well, they want to do hand-to-hand combat. Well, I got a sword here. Mistress of Mokai. Sword to Batleth, how about that? Don't know how, but I think Stroll's still in that one room. Or is he back in here? Mr. Butler, what are you doing? It's better to say. Alright, let's go find Mr. Stroll. I can tell he's somewhere on this deck based on the map. Now it says he's back in the hangar bay. That's a nice glitch for you. First glitch of the first season, of the new season. Boy, that's irritating. Don't be surprised, folks. There'll be more glitches as the game progresses.
She stole one of our shuttles. She bypassed deck security, got emergency evacuation clearance, and hotwired one of our shuttles. Unbelievable. If she wasn't trying to kill all of us, I'd be impressed.
Do we have any options here, Stroll? Anything?
Well, that's a short-range craft. There must be a Klingon ship out there waiting for her. We might get out of this yet. Now head back to your ship. See if you can find where she went. We'll do the same here.
Alright. Yellow Springs, beam us up.
Heads up. Klingon reinforcements are warping in. Protect yourself and the station. But we really need to find out where that shuttle carrying the stolen data went. There's a good chance it's on a cloaked ship nearby.
What exactly is that data, Captain?
Hate to play the "that's classified" card here, but you know the drill. Sorry. Take it up with Admiral Kensington if we make it through this. For now, let's focus on those Klingons out there trying to kill us, okay?
Alright. Tactical, go to red alert. More Klingon ships. Initiate violent damping wave.
Target's shields have failed.
Fire at will. Joula is not willing to give up on this one, isn't she? Whatever that data was, she must have wanted it badly. That can't be all the Klingons. Nope, it's not.
Target's shields have failed.
Come to a full stop, Helm. We're a better shot at taking out these Klingon ships if we stand still.
Target's shields have failed.
The Glenn's got one of those bird of prey in a tractor beam. That Klingon ship's below the station, but it's not going anywhere. Mr. Ferguson, answer that hail.
Get ready to be happy. I think I know how to find where Joula went.
Explain quickly, Stroll.
If the shuttle's in range, I can hack into its command matrix and send a self-destruct command. That'll make a big enough boom to reveal the location of the ship she landed on, cloaked or not.
Brilliant. What's the catch?
Yeah, about that. If the shuttle's in a ship, it'll be tough to get a signal through the shields, the jamming, and the cloak. Tough, but not impossible. Get me close enough. I'll make it happen. We just need to start sifting through this big haystack for one angry little needle. Leave that to us. You protect the station.
Understood. Good hunting. Like before. Initiate a beam overload on that one ship. Good, there she is. And she got out of here. Perfect.
Stroll's plan worked, but Ja'ula's ship was able to go to warp before we could disable it.
So I noticed.
There's still hope. The explosion did a lot of internal damage to that ship. She's leaving a trail we can follow. So, we're going to pursue Ja'ula and clean up our mess. Thanks for all your help here today. If we pull this off, it could make a big difference in the war effort. For all of us.
Good luck, Captain. Yellow Springs out. Mr. Ferguson, take us out of the system. Warp 3. Well, that ends that simulation.
I think you have an idea who we're dealing with now. Ja'ula was a dangerous opponent in the 23rd century, and it won't take her long to adapt to our time. House Mokai was eliminated in 2389 after a century-long blood feud. When Ja'ula learns about this, it won't be pretty. She might find any number of allies within the Empire with grudges to settle as well. Unchecked, it could lead to civil war. Starfleet Intelligence is working with our allies to find Ja'ula and stop her before things get out of hand. I'll be in touch when we know more.
Thank you, Admiral. Okay, folks, that was our first episode of Season 11. I will be doing new episodes every Friday from now on to give people a chance to process what they've seen. Until then, this is Captain Chris Dorn, signing off.